Hello? It's the lazy man Beta in this new 90s video. We'll be talking about just stuff, the approach to a successful life from the mind and into the physical. You kind of cultivate it through the workshop and the construction and the implementation to the workspace. You think in ultimatums constantly, pure perfection. A lot of people used to want to be the alpha and not be the beta. A lot of people wanted to be that state. And they thought that was the highest you could go. They thought that's what you could achieve. And they assumed that in reality they never really believed that. They finessed. The finessing created a sort of camouflage for them to interact with the lattice of structure. Thus, building something, serving something, giving something, on and off again, through a lot of blending, gradients, through time, through repetition, difference, difference, measuring how good you can be in a situation. The audio keeps oscillating. It's so irritating when it does that. That's why I'm going to turn down the audio so I can make this video more further. Yeah, I'm buzzed on a $4 pint of beer. Had a buzz ball. Came up with a theoretical lens for the process of personal development, or whatever you want to call it. The tool here is that meditation was a solution, but not anymore collectively. It gave you the ability to proto meditate, where you can visualize while being aware. But it's all just thinking. Thinking gave rise to the idea of meditation, which is still used no matter what you do in a way, but it's not the case because it is a conservative rule to say that everything you do is meditation, but it is a fixed rule. It's a fixed state that doesn't really change unless you go through a collapse of that function, which undermines and makes time almost seem like it still runs out. Now, what are you really trying to achieve in your life? How are you going to get it? You get it through realizing that you can use concentration as a new anchor beyond meditation. and you call it whatever you want to call it. Let's say you meditate right now, and you call it meditation. That's the lens. That's a desktop meditation. You meditate further. You go a layer within or a layer without through a difference of awareness checks. You call one love, and you call one hate, anger, happiness, positivity, manifestation, destruction, creation, preservation, and it's all just states of that equilibrium. You could literally never run out of betterment, where you constantly have a system that generates betterment, and it's not a fad. It's a actual trend, and it will continue to trend. People will continue to become more rich in value. And what does it all come from? It all comes from the idea here that focusing on a topic linguistically, like betterment, and superimposing a layer different than that by shifting through the whole lens of words, definitions, plurals, singulars, meaning, you go into a new state called Debar. Debar is a state that transcends betterment or doesn't transcend it. It's just a different alternative perspective that is like a synonym, but it is not a synonym. It's like a new word created from nothing. And that is what meditation created. The point of view to shift from meditation to a new lens that you don't have a name for. That is the tutorial success for meditation. You become wordless. Things become meaningful in the nothingness, and you're able to interact with the nothingness. And that is the path of absolute beta. Then you can realize that you can attain the state higher than alpha. And it will still most likely be beta. But it doesn't even have to be this hierarchical category. It could be combinatorial, where you can have multiple frames of reference, multiple egos. And that's where the indefinite article is presented in regenerational flux happens. Where you have multiple egos that communicate at once, multiple identities, multiple signatures, multiple equalities. The equality takes measure when you absolutely declare that the not is an and the off becomes an on, or the on becomes further in development, on, or more, depending on the combinatorial verse. Isn't that cool? That's reality. And we just discovered that together. Let's say this is personal development to lesson 5. Thanks for watching.